That is a bullshit highlight reel that we are being fed on social media every single day, whether we realize it or we don't. Scrolling through Instagram, we see that lifestyle. Going onto YouTube and watching a video, we see that lifestyle. And that lifestyle apparently belongs to an entrepreneur. Entrepreneurship has become this glamorized thing, but anybody that has actually done it and they have a true success story, they all talk about the same thing, something that they all have in common.
That you're gonna have to fucking suffer, man.
Kind of this suffering that I can never kind of kick.
And that's the ability to suffer.
The real privilege is your struggle.
I was written off. What the fuck did I do with my career?
I was the biggest failure I knew.
I'm broke, I'm wrecked, I'm spiritually bankrupt, I hate myself.
If you just fucking struggled more.
The world was telling me I was a loser.
Fail. You've got to be willing to crash and burn.
I was failing miserably.
Totally unemployed, couldn't find work, ended up moving back at home with my parents.
Just feeling like a complete failure.
Entrepreneurship is this glamorized, trendy lifestyle that everybody wants. Everybody wants to be an entrepreneur because of social media. It's just like being a photographer or a videographer. It didn't used to be that way. Photography wasn't cool 5 or maybe 6 or 7 years ago. Nobody was talking about it, but because there's this lifestyle that is attached to it, everybody wants to become one. Everybody wants to be an entrepreneur. If you go to someone's Instagram bio, 9 out of 10 times, they've got the title entrepreneur in there. And it all starts with the same story. Kid drops out of college. 1 year later, he's driving a Ferrari or a Lambo. And the only way to get there is you gotta do 2 things. You gotta hustle and you gotta grind. And if you do those 2 things, you're gonna be driving a Ferrari or a Lambo. This fairy tale, this story that is being told is just motivating people, and it's really not telling the actual story or the importance of what being an entrepreneur is really all about. I'm not really sure why the journey isn't being told. Maybe it's just not cool. Maybe it just doesn't get views. Maybe they just want to hear about the end goal, the motivation, the inspiration, the fluff, because when they start hearing about the truth and the harsh reality of it, it's not motivating them. Maybe, I don't know, but nobody talks about the real journey. Nobody talks about the fact that some nights when you go and your head is about to hit the pillow, you feel that anxiety swarm over you that you're gonna lose everything, every dollar, every client, every penny that you've earned, you're gonna lose it all. Nobody talks about that. Nobody talks about seeing your competitors come up with a better product, or that product does more sales, or they come out with a video that does more views, and you have to block out that self-doubt and that anxiety that creeps in from watching them grow potentially faster than you. Nobody talks about that. Nobody talks about how you have to stay in your own lane and block them out and not question everything you're doing and try to copy them because what they're doing might be improving their business faster than yours. Nobody talks about that. Nobody talks about the relationships that you'll lose because they just can't relate to you. Nobody talks about the fact that you might grow farther apart from family. You might lose friends. You might lose boyfriends and girlfriends. Nobody talks about that. They don't understand the life that you live. They don't understand that when you're building something from scratch, complete scratch, that you can't have balance in your life. There is no such thing as balance. You can't maybe dedicate the amount of time to your boyfriend or your girlfriend as much as you want to, and they start to resent you and they break up with you. You might, that happens all the time. And Nobody talks about that. Nobody talks about that maybe your dad or your mom, they just want you to get a 9-to-5 and they don't understand that is just not for you. Maybe they don't understand that you don't want to go to college. Maybe you have this dream and you know exactly what you want to do and you feel it in your gut and you feel it in your heart, and you know for a fact that you can't go to college because it's just going to delay the inevitable and what you actually want to do, and you might grow farther apart from your parents and you might lose that relationship. Nobody talks about that. Nobody talks about the suffering and the pain that you have to endure throughout the entire journey of becoming an entrepreneur. But what's funny about that is that is the beauty of all of this, is the pain, is the suffering. Because when you endure that pain, you endure that suffering, it transforms you as a human being. It molds you into this person with tough skin that's able to solve all kinds of different problems, that's able to manage and run things. You become a leader. It transforms you into this totally different human being that not a lot of people can relate to, but you can then help other people. You can, because you went through so much pain, suffering, and shit, you're able to help people out of their dark places, out of their dark moments. You're able to help them because you went through almost anything and everything. The transformation is what allows you to impact hundreds and thousands and millions of people. And that is the entire point of being an entrepreneur, is to impact the world, and not yourself. It's not for the cars, it's not for the women, the houses, the prestige, the status. You become an entrepreneur for the sake of becoming one, the sake of doing it, being able to say that you've accomplished something, but more importantly, it's the hundreds and thousands and millions of lives that you're going to impact because of all the suffering and the pain that you've endured throughout the entire journey. So if you're watching this right now and you're asking yourself if you want to be an entrepreneur, you really need to be asking yourself, are you willing to suffer, to endure the pain for as long as you possibly can, and the transformation that you go through as a human being?
There's a lot of people out there that they're pretending that they're trying to offer up inspiration or a true, honest account of their experiences, but really what they're trying to do is say something that's going to get likes.
Right.
You know, they're trying to say things that they think people are going to go, yeah, double high five.
Right.
You know, there's a thing that people are doing where they're just trying to just get social cred.
That's it. That's what social media is, man. I'm going to paint you the picture of my fake life.
Right.
Someone that has actually done it, they will all tell you, oh shit, that's hot. That didn't work. Yeah. Yeah, I almost lit the house on fire. Okay, I don't like that.
Babe, are you fucking out of your mind? I'm turning this off.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're right, I'm not doing it right.
Yeah, no, you gotta put a little bit more fucking asshole on it.
I just got too many stacks right now.
Yeah, you don't even know how to handle the heat.
I can't handle the stacks.
You can't handle the heat.
I don't know this kind of money.
Yeah.
Eat shit for 10 fucking years.
Shame, failure, embarrassment.
I like struggle. I like it.
And I built it through suffering.